Hello, Internet's Sir Mutton Chops here. Welcome back to Project 1999's emulated server. And well, this is going to be the last part of our venture into Dalnir. This excursion will end, but well, I want to go ahead and talk about a few things. I visited this zone last night. I went here with another monk in my guild, and well, me being level 47, him being 49, I figured we're not going to have too much trouble. Most of the mobs are going to come green to him. I think all of them did. But, well, I underestimated the casters. Their nuking ability is insane. And by underestimated, I want to include the parenthetical, I died twice. that, that was horrible. Yeah, the first time was to the Overseer. Now, if you don't know who the Overseer is, I'll leave a link at the bottom. I'm sure there's a lot of info and a lot of people talking about him and Alakazam. Plenty of people probably have died to him. And actually, it's not unheard of. Many people have mentioned now that I've actually gone down there, like, oh yeah, by the way, level 60s have died trying to run past him to the zone out. He is a really high mob that is guarding the only way out of this zone, unless you have an OT hammer or a Leatherfoot skull cap, or you just gate out. But yeah, that's always nice to find out later on. In this footage, you'll see me scurry on by him. In Invis, completely oblivious. Ignorance is not bliss, I assure you. Had I known, I would have better prepared in the future. But the brigand guy did give us the heads up, as did my guildie. But that didn't really prepare me for what was going to occur. Now, the first time we got by fine, I just got, physically accosted by the Overseer. Hit me for only 13, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, as long as you run, fast, as long as you haul ass, you'll be fine, right? No, not the case. The first time we ran through was all four of us. We kept the level 35 in the center of our little pack, and I think the higher cons got casted on. I don't know if it's an AoE spell, but it seems almost instantaneous. You really don't have any time. His aggro range, he does have rage, but his aggro radius is kind of ridiculous. As soon as you get to him, he's almost like right on top of you. Well, so we ran through and everything was fine, so we figured, okay, we'll just do it again. Now, mind you, I have a Larrikin's mask, or how you pronounce it. It's got 10 charges of superior camouflage, but I didn't want to waste them. I figured if we can run by, it'll be fine. So we kept making these rounds of going, to the very top of down the air, running all the way down to the bottom, killing all these Sarnax we could find, and then looting them to try to find the crescent armor, and then going through the one-way door. It's like this wall with it's got like a casket in front of it, and when you go through it, you can't get back out. You have to keep continuing. It's a one-way street. So yeah, we decided to kill all the Klys, or the Sarnax. That's what they look like. They look like Sarnax, but they're called Klys. We killed all those on that side, and then decided just to go ahead and just run past the Overseer, not even to bother with the Sarnax in immediate proximity of the Overseer. It's just not worth it. So we did that, and the second time, I died. We only got like one or two pieces for the level 35 monk, so it's all four monks. I was bound in North Freeport. Yeah, that's a corpse run. But luckily, the guildie monk decided to go ahead and hop on his druid. He ported me to Dreadlands, and then we ran to Karnor's castle. He evac'd me to Emerald Jungle, and then from there I went ahead and ran to Dalnir, where I proceeded to die again. Went and looted my corpse, and we didn't even kill. I think we were just about ready to kill one or two Klys, and the poison dot got me. It was just insane. I got nuked by an invoker, and then I think it was like 200 or something, and then the poison, and then melee damage. It was just ridiculous. And I was feign death too. I wasn't taking any more damage, but the poison just got me. It was just ridiculous. So yeah, if you're gonna come down here, have a full party of 30s, mid 30s, upper 30s. Have a lot of people with you, and have preparations. Have some preparation H, It's ridiculous. It really is. That's the only word for it. There's no way Green Con should be able to do that much damage, but I guess with loot like this, these leggings are pretty good. A lot of people kind of poo-poo the AC, but it really isn't that much lower than, say, Woo's. I think the slippers themselves are only 1 AC less, and they have a lot better stats. So, you know, to each his own, but you're kind of missing out. I will say that there are certain pieces of Crescent armor that just aren't worth it. The headband is meh, and the sleeves are meh. The chest piece is okay, but you'll find a lot better stuff out there. Foreman's tunic is sincerely just a lot better. But I say the slippers, the gloves, and the leggings are well worth the time to come down here and pick them up. And there are other things that drop down here as well. So yeah, keep that in mind. But anyway, back on to the last night. Okay, so here's where it gets really, really beautiful. So after I die, and I get back, it turns out that the guy from BDA had to log out. Real life things were going on. It's really early in the morning, so yeah, he's gone. So it's just me, my guildie, and the level 35 monk. And so I go, okay, well, we'll get this guy out. And, well, of course, I died. So I was about ready to rage quit. I was it. I was done. I told my guildie, don't even bother porting me. I'm done. So I went ahead and just logged off, rage quitted like a G. And yeah, that was it. I went to bed and I laid down, and then I envisioned the little Ixar monk, level 35, feigned death in the zone, and I didn't have the heart to go ahead and just leave him here. So, well, I logged back on. Turns out my guildie went ahead and logged off after I rage quitted. So I made it harder for myself. I bought a port to DL. I eventually got back to Dalnir after getting a bind in Feronia Bay. A kind shaman went ahead and bound me there. And so yeah, I scurried all the way down to the bottom again, looted my corpse, and very slowly we worked our way to the very edge of the 3rd floor. Killed some of the goos, and then I handed him the Larrikin's mask, thinking that he could use it, and I forgot that it's your will is not sufficient unless you're level 45, so you can't use it. That's the message you'll get, and you won't be able to use it. So he handed it back to me dejected, and I was pretty bummed. So I went ahead and decided, well, maybe he just didn't do it right, or I don't know, I was just despondent and just doing anything. Just desperate, I guess. And I right-clicked it after putting it in my mask compartment. And I guess I was targeted on him because I camouflaged him. And that's a pretty cool little surprise when that happens. Did not mean for that to happen. It's just total happenstance. So he got camouflaged, and then I camouflaged myself. Unfortunately, by then, one of these goos here, you'll see, or this one, not this guy, it was further in, went ahead and started attacking him because they can see through Invis, and I believe also they can also see through Invis versus Undead. So, yeah, that's just a pro tip right there. Just you know, in case you're wondering, these guys kind of suck. So I wasted 2 charges on my mask, but I went ahead and killed the smoldering goo, and then recasted, and then we ran the hell out of there, and that was that. I went ahead and decided to just give up on the zone for now and wait. But I finished out really well. I won't tell you what happened. I went somewhere else, and, well, I got some really good loot. So, I don't know. Sometimes EverQuest can be a total biatch, and then other times it can be quite decent to you. But, yeah, you'll notice that we're Invis, and then Invis versus Undead, but we keep getting aggro from these damned goos. So we're just going to go ahead and kill him. I wasn't too sure what to do right here. I kind of waited and figured, should I attack? And then I saw that we got some Kly action there. Yeah, there we go. I believe I would attack. I wouldn't just stand by there and do nothing. It is kind of annoying, though, because we keep having to get invised again, and it's just nonsense. But, well, the caster in our group was on top of things, went ahead and rooted the Kly. was thankfully not a caster. That invoker over there is the one that gave me the hell. Uh, don't underestimate these guys. I sincerely mean that. Uh, Even the level 51 was getting low on health. I mean, you go through enough of these, you chew through enough of them, they eventually start, making connections with their spells, and they're mean connections. I tell you what, they are not love connections. If they are, it's all VD. So yeah, be prepared, be ready. The crescent armor is well worth it, but it's kind of hectic. I mean, the zone itself is not confusing, so you're not going to have any problems there. But when you do incur some of these Klys, it's not going to be a good moment. And I'm surprised these are blue cons to me at this level, because I was getting light blue cons at 47. That just, I don't know, it's ridiculous. That is the word. That is the word for this episode and for the zone. With this Shadow Knight, I was not aware of how hectic this area could be and how troublesome it was. I guess that's a testament to his abilities, or my lack thereof. I don't know, but well, we're gonna get out of here. We got Invis again. Invis is necessary. I'm just gonna say that, unless you can gate out, unless you're a caster, or you're a twink with an OT hammer. This is this is very unhospitable territory. So we're gonna scurry by these and incur some more goos. There's just a bunch of them. I think there's 3 in this little watery nook, and maybe 4, but they're not too hard to take out. They're probably one of the easier mobs in the zone, although they do have a poison cast, so you gotta be aware of that. But yeah, I didn't end up getting any crescent last night. I wasn't really looking for any necessarily, just the slippers, but I figured that was a long shot considering we had 4 people that wanted it. So, and I usually put myself at the bottom of the list considering I have all the other pieces except for sleeves, and I only wear 2 pieces at the moment, because the other ones just aren't worth it. Azure sleeves, those are the way to go. And well, there's a lot of other really good armor out there, but as I said before, the leggings, the slippers, the gloves, your test strips, your lancets. We all know that commercial. But yeah, this is well, it's a fun zone, I'll say that, but not to be played around with too much. You got to know what you're doing. Now here comes the area with the Overseer, and he's actually a little bit further in, so you should be fine to kill the Sarnax, or Klys as they're called, in these front rooms that go to the left and right. There's some wings to the left and to the right. Couple of them actually, so there's plenty of opportunity to get some of that crescent armor action. Now we're gonna re-invis here. This Ixar is shrunk. I think I'm still in shrunken mode, aren't I? I don't know, I can't tell. It looks like it, because that is one giant Ixar. And I'm not too sure where this guy's going, but this guy ended up being in my guild later on. I'm starting to recognize names in some footage. Kalendros, he's a necromancer. Joined up with Maelstrom not too long ago. It's pretty interesting. And I've also seen Drac around too. He's a couple levers. He's a couple levers ahead of me. And yeah. And I'm gonna try to work on speaking English. But there's the Kly Overseer. He really is nasty. I'm just gonna stress that. Just absolutely nasty. And it's a good thing I went ahead and zoned. Don't need to have Invis to drop right there. It's been known to do that, or camouflage does. But I tell you what, man, that mask, the Lurican's mask, is priceless. It goes for 200 platinum in the auctions, in the old auctions. But as I've said in previous footage, I found it on merchants for 1 platinum. Somebody must have accidentally sold it thinking it was a leather mask, or it's just some random loot. So yeah, I'm reaping the benefits of that. Got 6 charges left on it. Probably gonna go head back into Dalnir. Maybe get some new footage. I don't know. Not really worth it unless something really interesting happens. But yeah, when you zone out of Dalnir, it puts you right back in the front zoning area. So you're back in Warslicks where you started, and you can just go right back through the zone if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. Once you get out, be happy you got out. I don't think casters will really understand that. unless they try to pretend like they're melees and go through it in one fell swoop. I don't think they can fully appreciate the difficulties, the woes of the melee classes. So yeah, just put some warnings out there, some precautionary Surgeon General warnings. Dalnir is cancer causing and full of just distress. But I'm sure later on at level 60, when I commit genocide on all these Klys, I'll be singing a different tune. But until then, stay tuned. We've got some ancient Cyclops action coming up, along with a few other surprises, and then on to Lower Guck. So yeah, end here. End. Signing off. Seacrest out.